Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, and I'm just relaxing with a cup of tea. It's 7:30. I've got my washing out on the line. I've hoovered, debating what to do today. So we'll see. When I come on, it's usually about something specific, and I tend to stick to that one specific thing. But not go into details about anything that's going to be of real interest to you. That's how I'm thinking. This channel originally was to follow the journey of Alf and myself, whilst he was ill with Parkinson's disease and how we were coping and all the rest of it. To be honest with you, I would find that too traumatic at the moment to delve into in any way, shape or form, really, because I can almost literally feel my heart rate increase and the blood pressure going up just as I think of certain things. So maybe one day I'll be able to get round to that, but that day isn't just yet. I've got a lot of things that I would like to share. I've got stories, true life stories, that I think deserve to be heard. Not just my story and our story, as it is, but going back to family stories, family history. And the one thing I wanted to share with you is this, and I'm going to go into it in more depth because it deserves to have a lot of time. My mother's family were all from Tipperary. My grandmother then, she married a soldier. I don't know whether he was from Tipperary also, or whether he was from Belfast, because eventually they moved to Belfast, and that's where the kids were mainly brought up. My mum still had the Belfast accent, but all of our relatives nowadays are in Tipperary or Dublin. Anyhow, that was my grandmother. My mother, there's a film out, a movie called Falling for a Dancer, and it's set in Ireland, and the storyline goes that this young woman is forced to marry this older man and forsaking the person that she truly loves. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's a very similar story to that of my mother, in that my mother, at a young age, 16, 17 probably, was married to this older man. The story has it that, Mum was 17. She had her first child when she was 18. And the story goes that, and I don't know whether this is true, none of us know, but the story is that Mum became pregnant by someone she cared for. In those days, in the 1930s, 40s, you didn't mess around. Your parents wouldn't have let you mess around. Irish Catholic church going people wouldn't let you mess around. Mum was pregnant and she was cajoled into marrying this man. All it's got on the marriage certificate for him is age full. My sisters were concerned whether that was going to be like retirement age, that he'd reached, you know, the full age, or it could mean over 21. I guess we'll never know. I don't know. I haven't gone into it, but Mum married this man, gave birth to her first child about 7 months later. He didn't really look like the other kids that Mum had with this man that she married, her husband. She had another 1, 2, 3, 4 children. 1, 2, 3, 4. She had another 4 children with him. I'm not sure whether it was 4 or 5. I need to get my facts straight. But she had 4 children with this man anyway, say. And he died. And it was during the war years that he died. By that time, my granny had moved to Birmingham, England. She owned a couple of properties. She rented out rooms to people, mainly Irishmen, who were coming over for work. My mother came over and lived in the house with Granny, helping her with Grandad, who by that time was incapacitated in all ways. He was losing his sight and etc. So Mum helped out with Grandad and helped out with the running of the houses and rooms to let. Then, I guess, really, another part of Mum's life begins. A very complicated part, really. And I will come to that, and I'll devote a video to that. But the complicated part of Mum's life then, during the war years, leading up to the war years, let's say, in parts it's a bit of a mystery. We've never unravelled it and never will. But we do have some of the history, and I'll come back and I will tell you about that in a less garbled video. It was Mum led a very complicated, colourful life. But I think that at heart she was a broken woman, and I'll come back to that. Have a great day, everybody. I'll be back in a little while. I'm in my bedclothes, sipping my tea, and I'll get going shortly. Do my makeup and make myself look presentable. Hope I'm not too much of a horror story. I'll be back later. Bye-bye.